Welcome to the SAS headquarters in Stockholm. I'm here together with Aron Backström, Vice President for Product and Loyalty at SAS, and we have an exclusive interview with him regarding the change to SkyTeam, your bonus, and some insights just before it happens here in next week. So, Aron, a little bit about yourself and your role here in SAS.
Well, so I'm responsible for our products and our loyalty program. So I lead the Eurobonus program and all of our customer touch points in the air, on the ground, the ancillary products and so on.
So you and your team must be really busy these days, right?
Super busy. And we have been for 6-9 months. I mean, it feels like everyone is running and now the deadline is ticking down. It's only 8 days to go now.
Yeah, and on the way up here from Copenhagen, I start seeing those Star Alliance signs are disappearing slowly. It's literally from under the SAS logo on the plane. So, and this is why we're here. Can you explain a bit about the current status of this migration to SkyTeam? The first time you've done it in 20 plus years, so it's a new experience for everyone. What is the current status for that?
No, it's hectic, but we have really good progress. So the logos is one thing. I mean, once you start thinking about the Star Alliance logo, you see it everywhere. It's everywhere. We have weekly meetings now looking at all the customer touch points, making sure that everything is gone. And we're going to take care of everything that we know about, but I'm sure that one of these logos are going to pop up somewhere in the week after. And please let me know if you see it after September 1st.
We'll do a treasure hunt.
Yes, yeah. Very good. I throw in some Eurobonus.
Yeah, exactly. That would be good. So, what airlines are ready on 1st of September? That's a question that everyone that we talk about or listen to ask us. How is it from your side? Which airlines in SkyTeam are ready from 1st of September?
It's not binary. They're going to be ready in on different things, right? So the bad news first, there are a couple of airlines that will not be ready on September 1st for understandable reasons. It's ITA, Czech Airlines, and Middle Eastern. But then it differs on areas. So all areas will be ready on benefits. That's IT-wise the simplest thing. All or almost all will be ready on accrual, so point earn. We're hoping that almost all of them will be ready with an automatic flow so that the points will show up pretty quickly. Worst case, we have to do some kind of retro procedure for a couple of them where you get your points a few weeks later. Redemption is the trickiest one because then you need 2 IT systems talking to each other about seat availability and making bookings. We will be ready with an online redemption tool that looks kind of like Star Online, and we will have the big carriers in there. So Air France KLM is tested, that works, that's going to be live for September 1st. And I think roughly 50% of the airlines will be online for redemption. And that number will increase very quickly during the fall because we are started on this.
So back to your customers, right?
Yep.
The frequent flyers. What will they experience missing from 1st of September? There are some airlines that are not completely ready. Will they miss something? Of course, there is a change to SkyTeam, a new airport, new lounges, and so forth. But what will they miss of 1st of September?
No, I think that's it, right? It's a different set of partners, and some people will miss transferring in Frankfurt. Some people will not miss that. But there is no functionality that's going to be missing from September 1st or program features or so.
So program features. So a little bit about that, a little bit later about the mix and the match to the flying blue setup and so forth. So we'll come back to that. So there is also something about your product that has been on the rumors, not necessarily on the rumors, because I know Anko have said it very clearly. Inter-European business class is that something that comes in conjunction with this change, or is it something that will come separately later?
No, if it was going to come September 1st, you would have heard about it not only from Anko, but from a broader communication. It might very well come. I think it's when you look at our Plus product, it's kind of an odd bird in our industry. It's not really a business product, so you can't charge those prices. It's not really economy either. It's somewhere in the middle, super complicated to explain to an American or a German traveler what this product really is. So I think that harmonization would be really good for us, and I think you should listen closely for communication around it in the next couple of months.
Okay, because I think it's a big interest for a lot of travelers about this harmonized customer experience, right?
Yeah.
That you mentioned yourself, you're buying a business class ticket from the US, you're coming to Europe, you're transferring now in Amsterdam, for example, and then you're flying a Plus product to the Nordics. And that is difficult to explain, right? Also price point.
It is. Why is there somebody sitting next to me? I'm in business, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is it something also that you have been discussing with your SkyTeam partners, that you want to harmonize the product to make that offering easy? Or is it, how is your story about that?
I think there is. SkyTeam has come a bit further in harmonization than Star had. I think the most obvious example is the Sky Priority, which I think is a beautiful concept. You really know what to expect. It looks the same regardless of which airport you are in and which company runs it. Star never had that. So I think that's something that our travelers will feel and appreciate, that they know how stuff works. They know how to look for that red sign. And it looks great together with the SAS logo, by the way. You're going to love it on September 1st.
I know you have a plane in maintenance right now.
Okay.
I'm kind of guessing that will come out with a different livery. But then let's see if that's happening. We can all guesstimate on that part, because that will be interesting to see that one.
No, but I think we had 3 aircraft with Star Alliance painting. So something needs to be done with them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have seen the first one being removed and so forth. But we're looking to see when the first one pops out of the hangar with the SkyTeam liveries on that. So are there other airlines from Star Alliance that you may co-work with? We know Singapore Airlines is a big one, right? You came out now with a co-work with them, co-share with them. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about lounges, fast track, and also benefits that you get when you're traveling from Singapore and towards the Nordic? When do you hear about that?
No, so we sent out some information earlier this week. The ambition is to go to a full-scale loyalty partnership here. So already September 1st, you will accrue points. And if you're Eurobonus members, they're going to be level points as well, so that you get status from it. Lounges will come, hopefully already September 1st, but still waiting for final confirmation. And that's going to be network-wide. So if you travel Singapore Airlines in Asia as a gold member, you will have access to the lounge. Fast track will likely not happen due to technical reasons, but we're hoping to get the other benefits, bags, etc., in place during fall.
I think that will be of joy of many travelers east to get that confirmed, that you accrue and you earn your points, you get the benefit allowances and so forth. That I think that will settle a lot of comfort in the travelers.
I think so too, and I mean it's obvious Singapore was a white space with its new partners, so that we can sign that we're super happy with it. And hopefully it's not the last one. No. We're having similar discussions with other carriers where we see gaps in the network that we hopefully can talk more about soon. Okay,
we're looking forward to that, because I mentioned a couple of ones that like Air India, Aegean, Turkish Airlines, that there are some obvious ones. So we'll look closely by when you're going to report a little bit more on that part, because I think that's where we're closing the gaps in the SkyTeam network, right? So what happens to the Eurobonus program after September 1st? Are you going to align it more into what Flying Boo looks like? You have made the level points and the bonus point. It looks very much like XP and miles and so forth. What is the reason behind that?
So the reason behind that change, I mean, so we were stuck in this legacy system, to be honest, with 3 different point types that didn't really make sense anymore. I think we struggled to explain it to the members. Not everyone in this building even understood it. It was time to change that. As we enter SkyTeam, we see that most carriers have really generous boosters on bonus points. We wanted to give that as well, but we couldn't really have those kind of levels on level points. So that was the deciding factor. To me, this makes sense. We see almost all programs have removed these boosters on level point earn. And to me, it's more fair. I mean, previously we had this insider-outsider system where it was easy to stay in, but hard to get in. That's not really what we want. So to me, it makes sense, and when we model it, we don't see a huge loss of gold members due to this.
Okay, that's interesting, because when looking at the new setup, right, you would imagine that moving it from level points, where you actually earn the status, and moving the boosters, the 50% or the 75% for Diamond, that would make it more difficult for a lot of, let's say, existing Diamond customers especially, but also Gold customers to retain their status. What is that? How does that look in your side? You don't expect lesser people with status?
No, we don't. When we model it, the effect is not huge. You have to remember that we introduced over the last year or two other ways to earn status apart from flying. So you actually earn status or level on your MasterCard spend. You can earn level points when you rent a car through our platform. So there are other ways to make up for a reduced number of flight points.
Okay. For me, it looks a very, let's say, a step towards more revenue-based program. How do you see that one?
Now we looked at going revenue-based. There are maybe some benefits to it, but we think that we can create those benefits in the current structure just as well. So I don't see us moving fully revenue-based. It's also a big IT project that has limited benefit for the customer. So that's not on the radar right now.
Okay. So when you're looking at your bonus program within the next year, from 1st of September 24 to 25 and then beyond, what can we expect from the your bonus program? How does it look in a year from now?
So I think in a year from now, it will be stable. We will have redemption online with everyone. Sky Priority will work 100%. The lounge network will be fully the way we want it, right? So I think this next at least 6 months is going to be about catching up, making sure that everything works the way we want it to. And then after that, it's time to start developing. I mean, we discussed airline partners a bit. I see it makes a lot of sense for us to add more partners. That's much more flexible on the SkyTeam than on the Star. So wherever we see airlines that we would like to cooperate with, we'll try to add them on. I think we're also going to continue the transition we've done on making EuroBonus relevant also for people who not fly every week, to create more partnerships with hotels, rental cars, whatever, so that you earn points in your daily life, stores, restaurants, etc., etc.
I think also with the move now that your bonus is getting, the competition for members is getting higher, right? The change of the market structure with leaving Star Alliance, and Star Alliance need to do something to retain it, right?
There are a lot of status matches running.
Exactly.
That's my
and yesterday we just saw Norwegian coming up with theirs, expected, but they also came up with theirs and moving into that one. So you're saying you want to follow both, of course, the leisure part, growing on that with the other ways of earning points or level points, renting a car, hotel stays, but you also want to focus on the business segment still in those high revenue travelers. Looks good. But I think the essence of the next year is stability. Nothing will happen to your bonus points. They will still be there, still be the same level. You can redeem them just on SkyTeam Airlines as well.
Yeah. So I think hopefully a couple of months from now, I think that our members will say, hey, okay, this was not very dramatic. This actually works pretty well. I'm happy to stay on.
Yeah. So a lot of things, of course, we need to touch a little bit about this redemption part. A lot of discussions have happened, the change, the evaluation between Star Alliance and SkyTeam, business class awards, especially first class awards. What is available out there for those who want to save up to this first class experience? Which airlines are giving out the award space for first class? So
for first class at launch, we will have China Eastern and Saudia. We are continuing discussions with the other carriers, but we're starting in a challenging situation, right? Because it's always some kind of reciprocality here. And we don't have a first class to give, so then it takes some effort to get it. We're not giving up. I mean, the ambition is to get it wherever we can, but it's not going to be there for September 1st.
Okay. And just to state it right, I think it's obvious the Air France Premiere is out of the question, right?
I think it is, if we are to be realistic.
So, but other than that, when looking at especially Air France and KLM, all seats, all routes are up for grab on award space, except the first class one on Air France.
Yeah, it is. And I really like how SkyTeam works with award availability, because there is a consensus that there's no discrimination. If you give seats to one partner, you also give it to another. So it will be fair and transparent, and hopefully we will get a lot of access.
Okay. Aligning it a little bit back to aligning it towards the SkyTeam and Flying Blue. So, for example, this about free luggage as top team members. Will that be something that comes back on the cheaper tickets? Because that's what we see, for example, in KLM on those cheaper tickets. They still will have the luggage coming in on that. Will that be some kind of, again, more logic alignment throughout the airlines?
No, I think the good news on the luggage side is that Silver members will be treated as elite in SkyTeam, so they will get luggage also, not only on SAS, but also with our partners.
Okay.
We will not include the bag on Go Light, and the reason is quite simple. We want to keep that Go Light as a very stripped product. So no food, no luggage, no seating, almost no Euro bonus points, to be able to keep a really low price point out in the market.
And that's the competition, right?
That's the competition. We need that, and then we can't start loading it with too much benefit. So that's the strategy.
Okay. And then when you look at your bonus diamond, that is the odd one out when looking into SkyTeam. What are the works that looks ahead here? Because we don't have a lifetime diamond, SkyTeam Elite Plus. How do you going to position that one? Not necessarily after 1st of September, but
going forward.
But going forward.
No, a couple of things. I mean, it was an odd bird in star as well. There was no star level for diamond. I think over the last 2 years or so, we've been working a lot with trying to increase the differentiation between diamond and gold. We have the VIP customer care, as I'm sure you know, where you actually talk to a small group of people, so you build a relationship with an agent that you trust and knows you. We also introduced the same-day swap, so all full flexibility on the day of travel for Diamond members. So we are trying to strengthen Diamond. I think the boost on bonus points is another example of that.
Yeah.
Lifetime Diamond always comes up. It's interesting, I think, but it's not a simple thing to design, and we might very well look at it in the future, but it's not going to come in the near future.
No, we're also thinking there is 3 or 4 years before the first one have been there 10 years, right? So
if 10 years is the cutover, I think it would be time to start very soon.
But that's good. We need to round it up a little bit as well. So you have been spending a lot of time with SkyTeams over the last period, right? So you must have some insights. With this change, can you mention one thing that is the best thing that you have seen with SkyTeam, but also there is, of course, also something that is not as good. So let's start with the not as good one.
With the not as good, on a personal level, and I think our travelers feel that as well, right? We are saying goodbye to friends, people we have worked with for a very long time, and I have colleagues in Toronto and Singapore and Tokyo that I have a personal relationship, and now we're doing this very public goodbye that is not necessarily very easy. So and I think our travelers feel the same. I mean, you always traveled in this way, transferring in Frankfurt, etc. That's changing. That is going to be a bit emotional.
And a good one.
And a good one. I mean, we talked about Sky Priority, Silver benefits. Another big one is Premium Economy redemption. We never had that in Star. We're not going to have it for September 1st in Sky either, but hopefully during the year we will have that in place. And I think that's great, because business class gets full. To have some premium economy seats available for us adds a lot of value.
Okay. And then what is the favorite thing that, or the favorite airline that you will recommend your bonus members to try now they can redeem here after September 1st?
I think the one that will really make the biggest difference versus today is Delta. So we will have a US partner with really high quality, often voted as the best onboard experience, etc. I'm looking forward to be able to offer that to our travelers.
Yeah, and they also are investing heavily in lounges and so forth. So it will be interesting on that part. And then the last one, basically, what destination in the SkyTeam network would you recommend your bonus members to visit?
I can talk about myself, right? We're looking at Caribbean a lot. My wife has been a kite surfer for a long time. I took a beginner course this summer and really getting hooked on it. So we're looking at Bonaire. Great kite surfing, direct flight with KLM. I'm pretty sure that will be our next SkyTeam trip.
I think we will look for reward space on that one. Aron, thank you very much for joining. It was a pleasure, and congratulations and good luck with the next week to go. We're looking very much forward to the change here on September 1st.
Thanks a lot, Henrik.
Thank you.